What's going on, everyone? Alliance Orc here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And in this video, I will be covering a Keystone guide for you all for how to prepare for the Necrotic Wake when the patch goes live for Dragonflight Keystone Season 4. So the first thing you need to know when it comes to Shadowland dungeons is you always want to have someone of the appropriate covenant. That's the word, covenant. You want to have someone of the appropriate covenant in your party. If you want, you can just have someone throw themselves into the Kyrian faction real quick and then throw themselves back out. You don't get penalized anymore for switching factions. But having a Kyrian in this dungeon will provide you benefits when you interact with the malfunctioning Goliaths, among certain other things, which I don't really know because I wasn't around for most of Shadowlands. But I have Randy's Dungeons enough covering some achievement videos that will be going up in the near future that I believe I should be able to help you guys. So, Necrotic Wake. What are we looking at here? We got Blightbone, Emirath, Surgeon Stitchflesh, and now Thor the Rhymebender. So, in your quest to conquer the trash, you really want to focus on the Stitched Vanguards first, because they have an ability that will give them a shield. But aside from that, most of the trash, and normally when I ran this, we would always hug the left side. Now, like I said, if you're Kyrian, you can interact with a malfunctioning Goliath and it'll give you buffs for the Blightbone fight. But let's look into Blightbone and see what we're dealing with. Also, breaking the fourth wall for you guys, as I am recording this right now, the Grim Batal video is literally being uploaded as we speak. And it is currently 39% done. So, yeah, that's a thing. But yeah, we got Blightbone here. Now, I do remember a lot of these fights because, like I said, I was here for like the first part of Shadowlands, but I did end up going on hiatus. So Heaving Wretch is the ability you have to worry about with this guy because it spawns these carrion worms. And these things, as you can see, they fixate. So the tank cannot grab them, but you do need to be able to take care of them. And also, fetid gas will slowly eat up the area of space you have, so honestly, bloodlusting on this guy at the start, not that bad of a call. If you want to do it, then do it. But for the most part, this fight really isn't too terribly bad. Just focus the carrion worms. Make sure you're not standing in fetid gas. And eventually, the boss will go down. And as you can see, the gas does silence. Now, hold on. So, whenever you're done with Blightbone, you can actually jump up here to skip all of this. Yeah, you will have to kill these guys. But for the most part, just kill those. Go around this impaled body. Man, they did the Kyrians dirty here, I ain't gonna lie. And then you will be up here with Emarth still watching you from above. So, this trash, not really too much to say. You want to focus the Necromancer first, but when you get up here, you want to focus the Bone Mender, but at the same time, you want someone on the Skeletal Marauder. I'd recommend the tank, because the Skeletal Marauder does a fear. And this fear has to be interrupted, otherwise fear pools happen, and we all know what fear pools are. Also, he does a cleave, but that should go without saying. Don't be in front. As you can see, there's the Bone Mend. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete you, and there's the Rasping Scream. all you have to do is get out of that purple ring you saw, and you will be good to go. Also, don't stand in the bad. Also, if I remember right, this guy does have an ability you have to watch out for, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's Death Burst. Yeah, it's Death Burst. When he does Death Burst, you basically want to make sure you're not in those swirls. And, you know, Dark Shroud, he basically has to wait for Dark Shroud to time out if it goes off, because Dark Shroud gives him an immunity. But basically, for that pull, you want to focus down Narzuda first. Now, when you get up here to the double Skeletal Marauders, my advice is for this fight, you have everyone all in on one Marauder. But one person, preferably melee, if you have it, if not, then leave it to the tank, is on the other Marauder. He's the only one that interrupts this one, while everyone else rotates their interrupts for this one. That way, no one's getting feared. You don't have to worry about kiting the ads. But aside from that, you know, really nothing too much to worry about. Either you're going to have another Marauder here, but, you know, just make sure you're not getting feared, and it's all good. Now, the monstrosity that patrols, you want to try and pull him by himself, because he does a fair bit of damage, and having him with some other stuff or getting fear pulled can lead to a wombo combo that you want nothing to do with. Now we get to Amaranth.
You will be brought to justice.
This boss, well, is more or less a tank and spank.
You dare deny me the sky? Then I shall answer in kind.
But yeah, this boss, nothing too
Foolish
overly
Paragon.
exciting.
There is nothing you can do.
He spawns
to stop
ads,
us.
he does a spell, he occasionally enrages, but if you have a druid, hunter, someone who can dispel enrages, you're perfectly fine.
My minions are endless.
Like I said, there's really nothing to this fight, really.
Fallen shall serve me again.
See, spawns ads. It's really nothing. This fight is pretty free. Also,
Your arrival
this
proved
fight does
timely,
have a mount
yet
that
the
drops.
battle rages on. We cannot rest until these invaders are purged from our skies.
Now, little fun tidbit, I would play around with the thought of Death Knights and seeing what you can get away with
I will
mind
leave the
controlling,
effort here,
because
while my disciples bring
you never
to the
know what
necropolis.
undeads can
Let us
actually be
end this
useful.
atrocity.
We have all the corpses.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the fight that will be your Achilles heel. Surgeon Stitchflesh is a fight that no one like you. No one asked for this fight. And it's, if I remember right, this fight was widely hated because of the intelligence check that this fight required. I'm gonna actually kill the audio, just so that way it doesn't like hinder the basic educating, so to say. But when you get to Surgeon Stitchflesh, you have to clear out all the trash to get the fight to start. But essentially, you have to use the ad in this chair over here to pull the boss down. Quick little trash update for you. One of these assistants will do a fixate. If you're a paladin, just bop whoever gets fixated and you will be fine. Interrupt drain fluids, because that is a heal. And then you have to kill this Gorgrind guy and his brother right over there. Once you're done with Rot Spew, the boss will be able to be engaged. This is the boss you will want to use heroism. You will want to pop your pots for. This fight is what will essentially end your run if you're not lucky. You know what? Just because of the nature of this fight, I'm even taking off my Fire Act trinket because it does passive damage. And it's going to make a horrible kill guide if I don't have it on. So, on the pool, you do not really want anyone DPSing the Stitch Flesh creation, because you have to use the ad to get the boss. But you also have to make sure you go close enough to the boss that the ad with Meat Hook, which is this ability right here, and I see when he goes red like that, that's when you're good to move. And then you pull him down, that's when you pop heroism, that's when you pop all your cooldowns, and then you just kill the boss from there. If you miss the cleave, or if you missed a Meat Hook bringing the boss down, kill the ad. Every ad exists for one Meat Hook only. If you fail the Meat Hook, kill the ad, because then you're going to have 2 ads up. And what sucks about having 2 ads up is that at that point the ads are going to be meat hooking each other, and then you're going to have 3 ads up, and at that point you might as well just wipe. But essentially, the boss should only ever jump back up there 1 time max. If he goes back to his platform twice, you might have a DPS issue. But that's the fight you want a hero on, because that's the fight that is going to be your key killer. Because people won't do the Meat Hook right, and it'll mess everything up. But like I said, that's the fight you want a hero on. Now Thor the Rhinebender really has 3 abilities that you have to worry about. The one you have to worry about the most is Comet Storm, because that's what's going to kill you. But he does Icy Shard, which is undodgeable damage. Frozen Binds roots you in a circle. This is dispellable, or if you're a druid, just shapeshift. It is going to do AoE damage like you saw, but Comet Storm, you need to kite this, and everyone needs to be aware of this. Because you can run Comet Storm through other people, and Comet Storm will kill you. 100% of the time, if you're not paying attention to Comet Storm, it will absolutely kill you. And then he does the ability where he throws you down there, and you have to kill the Zolramus Siphoner. But like I said, Comet Storm spawns. Just make sure, especially as melee, you're paying attention, because it can target anyone. But aside from that, that's really all there is to this boss and to this dungeon. So, we're just going to go ahead, wrap it up. But if you guys did enjoy this video, do make sure to subscribe, as I am going to be uploading all 4 of these dungeon videos. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. To the Mist of Tyrannus Scythe, then. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.